Hi, I'm Kojlax.
Hi, I'm Steb. You might remember me from the Portal preview run earlier this week. Sad, you're not dealing with my nonsense this time, or at least not entirely. This is my co-commentator from that run, Kojlax. This is her time to shine.
I'm V. I don't really have much to say about myself, but I'm here.
Basically, we have all the active girl Portal runners in this room, in this call.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all
I think
in one place right now. Right.
all three out of 900 runners.
It's
like
a real meeting of minds.
So, yeah, I'll just start the run. Time starts when my crosshair appears and I gain control. So I'll kind of count you down, but you'll see. My crosshair will appear. It'll be kind of obvious.
It's gonna be a lot to focus on, so if you don't want to be confused, just focus on what we're commentating. We'll try and make this
so start. This is very bright. I don't know why this is very bright, but whatever. So, the rules of this category are that I'm not allowed to shoot any portals out of bounds, and my camera's not allowed to go out of bounds. You might be wondering, wait, why just your camera? Can't the rest of you not go out of bounds? You'll see. It'll become clear very shortly.
Yeah, it'll take like one map, and I think then we see it for the first time.
Yeah. So,
unlike basically every first-person game ever, the camera and the body are not entirely the same concept.
So, I should explain movement before, so basically, if you've ever seen a Super Mario 64 speedrun, think that, except, like, backwards long jumping, except not as broken.
It's that, except we can do it whenever we want.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some of it right here. This is what's known as accelerated backhopping, where basically, we're all familiar with bunny hopping in games like Quake and Half-Life and whatnot. Well, when Valve moved over to the Source engine, they tried to get rid of bunny hopping by making it so that when you continuously jump, the game adds negative speed.
Just a second. I'm going to do another glitch here called the button save glitch, where I'm going to basically save load a bunch with this radio, and it's gonna trick the game into thinking I'm still standing on the button. Not like that. Oh no, mistakes have been made. Oh god. So we're gonna try that again. We're gonna take this radio. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Oh no.
It's very time.
Good start. So we're gonna take this radio and we're gonna save load a few times on this button, and it's gonna trick the game into thinking we're still standing on it.
There we go.
The reason that took those save loads, the reason we couldn't just start again from that initial attempt each time is because there's a very small window we have to do that action in. Because in that chamber, the portal's running on a timer, and it's a very short timer.
Yeah. So, we are going to get the portal gun here, and things are going to break very hard. So, we are going to do a trick to detach our camera and body and collision and all that stuff from where we're shooting our portals. Our portal shots are basically going to move relative to our distance from the blue portal, except applied to the orange portal. I'll try to explain the first one, just so it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to save glitch here, and then I'm going to jump back into the elevator, which is going to jump, my body's over in that observation room. And then that's going to give me enough distance from the portal to be able to get enough height to get into O2. Yeah, it's only gonna get more confusing.
Basically, we trick the game into loading collision for one part of the map, because the game only loads the collision in like a certain area around the portal that you're not near, and we trick the game into thinking we're at a different portal so that the collision gets all wonky.
So, another thing that we did there was, Save Glitch has another property, which is that if you're behind the plane that the portal's on, you can just walk through entities. And those entities include doors. And we're gonna do that again here. We are going to come over here, and we can just wait for GLaDOS. We have to wait for GLaDOS to stop talking here before the elevator will go up. So we can just mess around, grab this cube, you know, shove it through the window. No big deal.
As part of a required test protocol,
That cube's leading a better life up there, I'm sure.
3, 2,
A better life than being forced to endure the testing procedure.
So,
yeah, I mean, we could have fizzled it. Could always be worse.
This next chamber, GLaDOS wants us to solve using the energy pellet, but we say screw the energy pellet.
Yeah, we don't actually interact with a single energy pellet in this one.
safety is one of many enrichment center
Made 'em.
goals.
Yeah, the energy pellet is for squares.
That trick where we jumped into the lift, that was really easy. Anybody can do it. You, dear viewer, you can do that trick. This one, on the other hand, not so much. We got to get a lot of momentum, and we're going to get that by jumping through this portal and jumping, and now we're at the end. That one's actually hard.
All right,
Ooh,
and
that was
since you've
slick.
touched, yeah, and since you've touched on AFH now, or since you've displayed it, I guess we should finish up on our description on the accelerated back hop.
Oh yeah, I entirely forgot I was doing that. Basically,
I was gonna do that in Chamber 10, just because there's so much.
Oh, that works.
Between there.
Okay.
So this is one of the most infamous levels in Portal speedrunning. It ruins many a new player's dreams. You gotta jump off of a very small piece of collision on the wall to, you know, just kind of jump to the end.
What you saw on that like sort of failed first attempt was a portal. I call it a portal push, where like sometimes when you go through a portal, the game just decides yeet and you're gone.
Yeah.
There's no way to control it, but it always happens when you don't want it.
Oh, so buttons are ramps, but only sometimes.
Oh yeah. Again on the portal boosting thing, getting portal boosted is almost nearly random. There is something that can determine it, but it's very, very specific in the code. Therefore, it's the closest thing we get to in regards to RNG in
So
portal.
we're gonna do. This is a good place to explain ABH and AFH. So essentially, we go faster than the game wants us to, and the game tries to slow us down by adding negative speed to our speed, except because it thinks we're going forward, but we're not. We're going backwards, so it like adds
So the
to our
negative
hit.
speed is actually positive speed.
So if we can convince the game that we're going backwards by holding S, then we can do that forward. But also, we need a lot more speed to do it, because S normally slows us down, because, you know, we're holding back. So we're just going to do a quick, cheeky little AFH over here. We have the dual portal gun now, so we have full control over where our save glitch shots land.
Yeah, and this one's probably a good introduction to just how complicated save glitches can get.
We are pleased to present an amusing fact. The device is now more valuable than the
These shots are very precise because, essentially, if we mess up any of the angles even a little bit, our angles get extended over such a long distance that we can just not, you know, we'll just end up very far away from when we want to.
There was a whole other test chamber in this map that we just decided not to do.
Yeah, we just skipped over the whole second test chamber of that map.
If this confuses any of you, don't worry. I only run glitchless, and this is hurting my brain just as much as it hurts yours.
So we're just gonna do a short little save glitch here. There. Hey, we're at the end.
Take a very, very long time.
13
If
is
you
best
become
SG.
lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass
Make it a
out.
13 pog in
An
chat.
incubation associate
Oh,
will
this
be
flinked one.
dispatched to revive
Ooh,
you
this
with
level's
peptic
fancy.
salve and adrenaline.
Oh yeah,
This one probably is one of the
Chamber
easiest to
14
understand.
is one of the longest chambers in the game, and yet you just kind of swoosh.
The game just decided I wasn't getting enough speed there, did I? It'll work
You
one
can
of these
just do
times.
Yeah.
I refuse to do the backup strat there.
There we go.
I will not do it. You cannot make me.
Yeah.
Must be informed that they may be informed of
What's fun about that is that's a good example of the devs knowing about a skip and just leaving it in, because there are some skips in Portal that are intentionally left in because they're just involving game knowledge, like 14, as well as it's not shown off in this run because Kolj is a better runner than me. But if you don't do turret preserve, then you do a portal bump at the end of chamber 17 with the companion cube. And that's, again, something they were aware of, but something very niche that they knew not many people would understand or use.
So,
we
we should probably explain the save glitch. This is one
Oh,
of the most
yeah.
save glitches in the game. I need
So this
to...
save glitch,
no, not like that. That's out of bounds. Don't tell the speed police. That's banned.
so the reason Coach keeps falling out of bounds is because the whole floor here is not solid because of their save glitch state. So the reason that they kept having to redo that there is because the only solid entity they can land on is the floor step right outside the elevator behind them. And so she was trying to get that, and she did.
Okay, so this is... V, I'm gonna need you to explain this. I need to focus.
Heck yeah. Okay, so chamber 1617 turret preserve. Turret preserve takes place after the end of this chamber that Kojlax is about to go through. She's going to portal bump through this beginning door here and do a basic SG to get to the end of this chamber, as per usual with most chambers. However, the main difference here is she's not going to go straight to the end elevator. She is going to take advantage of a turret that is at the end of this level. The one right in front of her that she knocked over here.
Die.
That she's knocking over. Then she's going to save glitch by the Fizzler here, so that her save glitch body is by the Fizzler. Do a couple shots to get her portal underneath the elevator. As you can see, she's going to activate the elevator as she goes through, and then she's going to get the turret underneath the elevator as she jumps into it as it's going up. And this is very time specific, so the fact that she made that first try is extremely impressive.
I'm very happy with the fact I made that first try. So, yeah, essentially because we got the portal we save glitched on under the elevator and it preserved through the next map, we also preserve save glitch to the next map, so we can just jump through that whole level. And oh my god, I did that first try.
That was
Incredible. So now basically instead of doing
what a run.
Cube Saga, we can just put this turret on the button and incinerate it in place of
Yeah.
And it's worth mentioning. Oh, we also we just stuck down the button with the
we did
the same thing as in Chamber 1 with the radio to just to
I
trick the game
can't
into
buffer
thinking
that
of-
save glitch, so that one's tick perfect.
So we just hit the button and the turret immediately is just like, no. Just as the
That's
door
right.
opens beneath them.
Yeah, I can tell this is very confusing for some people. Again, so to describe the save glitch state a little more specifically, there's an edge glitch state where if you stick your body at the right angle through your portal, it'll think that your portal positioning as well as your collision is on that end of the portal, meaning that you're not affected by the stuff that you see in front of you, rather the stuff that you would see on the other side of the portal. Saving and loading the game preserves this state so you can walk around the map. And certain parts won't have collision because your collision is in the second entity that is preserved through the other portal. Basically.
For more information,
okay, you know what? So next we have a trick called the large angle. Essentially, somebody just noticed my save bind. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. So large angle glitch. We shoot a portal onto a large angle and come out the ceiling, or we come out of we come out of the large angle through the ceiling, and essentially the game gets confused because of how the collision in this game works. You never actually go through the portal, so the game gets really confused and applies the teleport from the portal twice, essentially, and we can use that to launch to very specific points if we have the portal at a very specific angle.
That was a really good first try.
Yeah, that was really close, but not quite.
Nice.
Nice.
Whew.
That thing coming up through the water, by the
This
way,
one.
some people like to call that the Loch Ness Monster.
So we're gonna do another save glitch here, and this is one of the hardest save glitches in the run.
Absolutely. It's pretty fine for the first half here. But you're gonna see near the end here, Koj is gonna have to battle against gravity itself.
I'm gonna have to do 3 shots in the air, and
Yeah.
I made it
At a
first
perfect
try.
angle.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh my
3
God.
shots at
Oh
like
my
the perfect
gosh.
angle.
What a gamer.
There's some gaming going on right here. I mean, really.
So this isn't the hardest, but this is definitely the longest and most complicated save glitch in the run, and I have to memorize a lot of very specific shot locations.
Rap for SV for EO1.
So portal
This
there,
one
there,
involves
there, good enough. Yeah, what were you gonna say, V?
and not much. I was just gonna say that save glitch, despite not being the hardest, with all those shots in between, is definitely the most unforgiving, because any shot that Coach would have overshot physically by walking too far or overshot by looking too far would have had to send her back to her save beginning at the beginning of the save glitch, which would have taken up to like a maximum of 20 seconds or so.
We're in the last map of the game, by the way.
Yeah,
Just thought you
this
ought to
is-
know.
So
And,
this is acute angle glitch. It's like large angle, except instead of coming through a ceiling portal and out of angled portal, we're going through an angled portal and out of floor portal. So GLaDOS is programmed to drop a core every time she takes damage. Turrets deal damage. We use
So
turret
we trick the
shooter.
turret into riddling us with bullets, so that it actually riddles GLaDOS with bullets, so we get all of the cores at once.
So we're
And
gonna
that
do an
little-
edge glitch here to put a portal on the outside of the incinerator, so we don't actually have to push the button. That's unfortunate. I wanted to show something off, but it's whatever. Okay, that's time.
Yep, and that's time.
What was my time? I didn't actually have my timer running.
That was
Um,
a 15:35 without loads. Or with
That's
loads.
not bad with it. That's not bad with loads.
Yeah.
It's pretty dang good, yeah.
I kind of I wanna show something off, because that's the end of the game. I really wanted to show this off in the run, but that would have required, my portal not... Wait, what?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. That's fine.
Well, you found me.
No, that's okay. That's cool.
Congratulations.
Sorry.
Thank you.
That was a heck of a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second round. That was a good 15:35. And we hope you enjoy the rest of
Patience. Was it?
the phase.
Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for donating to Portal.
That was an amazing run. Thank you so much for showcasing that. That was real fast. Wow. We've got a couple donations for that run. We have strike.cz for $5 with, of course, the cake is a lie. Thank you so much for that. And we have a donation from KB220 for $10. Frame Fatales, Frost Fatales Hype. $10 for that 6 series of Portal Strat executions just
Yeah.
now. Can't wait to see that total. We have a $5 anonymous donation. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. And if you're just joining us, all proceeds are going towards the Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back through investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. We have a $50 donation from Superman17. Fantastic run so far. Thrilled to be able to donate to such a great cause, helping to give young girls all over the world the opportunity to realize their full potential. Put this donation to getting YouTube back later this week for Spyro Run. And to keep you up to date on the bid war for Donkey Kong Country Any Percent Glitch Showcase, we are at $263 out of $750. If met, Angie Yuna will show off and explain some of the glitches that are used in the Donkey Kong Country run. We have a $10 donation from Sendiv. Hi from Norway. Good luck on the run. Fun watching. And we're going to go ahead and cut over to a Twitch ad. And welcome back to Frost Fatales. We have a $25 donation for Miranda. Looking forward to all those amazing upcoming runs this week. Pretty hyped for this event. Good luck, all runners. Already donating for Enter the Dragonfly because Spyro. And with that, we are going to go ahead and throw it over to Royal Peaches for Portal 2.